Two halftime shows, two very different visions of America, and one massive audience watching it all play out. The NFL handing its halftime stage to Bad Bunny, we just talked about it, an artist who has repeatedly made anti-ICE remarks and openly criticized U.S. immigration enforcement. The decision sparking backlash from critics saying this isn't just entertainment, it's a political message on America's biggest stage. In response, Turning Point USA rolled out their star-studded all-American halftime show featuring patriotic themes, conservative voices too. Watch.
The artists that have teamed up with us, I just want to say thank you to them. It's very brave of them to do this. It's powerful because...
It's so brave. Yeah, it is brave. I'll be honest, it's fucking brave. Because associating with that dog shit does require a level of bravery, okay? Where the fuck is March, by the way?
What Charlie always loved and knew is that he wanted to be in the forefront of the culture war. And what better way to honor him than just to get in the middle of this and be able to offer an alternative to families. That's the thing that's so beautiful about Turning Point USA and all of our programs.
And joining us is Turning Point USA spokesperson Andrew Colvett. Andrew, I watched your show. It was great. How did you do? Do you have a sense of how many people watched?
Yeah, it was kind of blew our minds actually a little bit, Brian. And we saw at one point across all the different social channels, we saw over 10 million concurrent views. So that was adding up all of Rumble and all of our partners just on the social side. So, and now the numbers keep trickling in. I mean, right now as I'm sitting here, YouTube's numbers keep updating. And so we're trying to put it all together. What I can safely say is that we are now over 20 million.
Dude, you don't understand. Quintillion, 18 quintillion people watched. Okay? Numbers that literally don't exist. That's the number of people that have watched. A lot of people seem to forget or don't realize that free speech has always worked in an anti-left capacity in the United States. Literally a foundational First Amendment Supreme Court case regarding the First Amendment. Schenck-Weigert versus U.S. was the hold-up a decision that sent a socialist man to prison for refusing to support World War I and passing out anti-draft pamphlets. This led to the clear and present danger precedent. Yes. Check the comments. They're buying their own shit. Of course they are. That's why they botted it. Who wants to believe that no one gives a fuck about them? Of course they want to believe. Of course they want to believe that these guys have all the motion. It's the same reason why, like, botted or not, Asmongold's presence on the platform that we're on as the largest content creator that does this thing matters to a lot of people. Okay? Do you understand? Because a lot of people with right-wing attitudes go, oh, we are still popping. That's the reason why Twitter, which is botted into oblivion, 75% of all fucking activity on the platform is bots. Why does it matter? Because it gives people a false sense of confidence that their worldview is not actually repulsive to normies. Do you understand? That's how it works. That's the same reason why these guys bought. And that's low-key the same reason why I wanted to fucking not split my viewership. Because for a lot of people, they don't see that. They don't see that there's like fucking 20K people watching on YouTube and 20K people watching here. They just see me at 20K and they see Asmongold at 50K. They go, oh, wow, like right-wing sentiment is actually fucking popping on this platform. It makes them think about it differently. It creates a false sense of normalcy over unimaginably toxic sentiment. Okay? That's it. This is unfortunately a part of the fucking culture war.
Across just social. So we haven't even gotten our partner broadcasters, their analytics. As you know, sometimes the ratings take a little while, but that's 20 million viewers. And we don't know how many people were gathered together, 3, 4, 10 in a room watching together. So we're going to try and put a final number on that when we can. What we can safely say is over 20 million Americans tuned in to the All-American Halftime Show tonight.
I looked at the pregame show. They had Green Day, the most anti-American band you can imagine. Their hits album was called The American Idiot, and the lyrics reflect what he thinks of America and our policies. And then they have at halftime Bad Bunny. I mean, NFL is the #1 league in the world. and they do a lot right. I don't understand why in the year 250 they wouldn't think red, white, and blue, but you did. Lee Brice also released a song that is so appropriate about our culture. Talk about that.
Dude, we're watching total fucking right-wing defeat right now. 3, 4, 10 in a room, buddy. God ain't even answering prayers in there.
Yeah, he actually wrote that in honor of Charlie. So
we're going to be going over to an undisclosed location to hang out with Mahmoud Khalil, who is unfortunately in the crosshairs of this administration still, and they're actively trying to deport him. We want to get the word out, obviously. It's a massive fucking First Amendment violation. Once again, it's the reason why they're doing it is because they are Israel dick riders. And, we're going to go, we're going to talk to him, and we're going to see how he's been keeping up. Okay?
He has a ton of hits, and he wanted to play this one. We said absolutely. He wrote it for Charlie in his honor, so do it. And I mean, that's what you saw from all of our performers. They did something special to honor the moment, honor how big the stage was, honor Charlie, honor our country. And you saw that from Kid Rock, who said God woke him up in the middle of the night to write another verse to that hit song "Till You Can't," and he used it to glorify Jesus and lift up his faith and be loud and proud about that. But really, there was no agenda. It was just good music for Americans, for people that wanted to feel proud about their country, wanted to love their country, love their God, and love some great music. So, and that was in contrast to the other guys. That was on full display tonight, Brian.
And you notice, if you had Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Brice, and Gabby Barrett all performing tonight. But you mentioned that you went back and looked at Charlie Kirk's tweets. And you noticed that he was always commenting on the halftime show. He's like, why can't they be a little bit more red, white, and blue? Why can't it be a little bit more pro-American when the whole world is watching? And that's what kind of motivated you guys to do something.
Yeah, he was always fixated on this event, this halftime institution. He wanted it to lift up the best ideals of our country as opposed to pulling us down or being, kind of the lowest common denominator. He wanted it to lift us higher. He wanted it to be about our highest ideals. And, because of the success that it's blown our mind tonight, Brian. So we are going to commit to doing this again next year. We're going to do another halftime show for the country next year. So I'm breaking a little news here, Brian. At 20 million at very minimum, I think that number is going to go higher, 40, maybe even 50 in the next 24 hours. So I can tell you that's a shot across the bow. People are paying attention. And, if you give us a year to plan this thing, I'm really excited to see what we can pull off. But we got to do it for the country. And this was a massive success, and we were grateful to do it.
And the Make Heaven Crowded tour gets started for 2026. And that's going to be fantastic.
That tour is it's the best name. Best naming convention. This is what happens when you don't have a single out-of-the-closet gay guy working on your marketing. Okay? I feel like I need to make that distinction because, to say that Turning Point USA has no gay guys working for it is obviously wrong. There's plenty of gay guys, but they haven't experienced being gay in public. I feel like that actually helps with your marketing techniques. Make Heaven Crowded tour is just like, hey, hello, welcome to the Turning Point USA mass suicide tour. Please drink the Kool-Aid. Fucking awesome.
And of course, the president's going to be counting on you guys to get the vote out with Turning Point action. So there's a lot of focus on Turning Point.
We're busy,
and you're a great spokesman for it. And the number, one more time, how many people watched as of right now?
Well, what we can say without a doubt, we over 20 million people, 20 million views on social, but that's not broadcast. That's not any of our OTT fast channels. So we don't know what that number is going to be. It could rise as high as.
Did Bob Rock play balls in your mouth? Maggie getting cooked on TikTok, 2 million likes in one day.
I ain't gay, but I do gay stuff. Like fucking dudes in the back of my truck. A little ass slap don't mean I'm queer.
Okay, this kind of goes hard though. I know it's AI, but Low Kirk, this is better than half of the country songs I've heard. This is better than anything anything that they fucking put out at the Turning Point USA TPUSA T-Poo-Poo halftime Super Bowl show. Also, another moment of adding insult to Charlie Kirk's demise is basically admitting that Charlie Kirk was obsessed with the fucking halftime show, and then this is your fucking cultural product. The cultural product that you put out is so poo-poo that Charlie Kirk would have fucking killed himself all over again if he knew that that was what was going to happen. Don Lamont stealing your bits?
Pedo alert. If you are watching the Turning Point USA alternative halftime show, this is what you're supporting.
Young ladies.
Yeah! But I call that mandatory!
No, the right word is
Shit, it's a bar. It's a bar! Yeah, already. Yo, let me put my fucking shoes on. You call that statutory? That's why I call his ass Kid Diddler Rock, baby. Unsubbed. The only gay thing about T-Pussy halftime show was the chain mic stand. Nah, I don't think so. I feel like it's what do you call it? Professor Zhang was right. Stop sending me Professor Zhang shit. Okay. I feel like it's BDSM. It's like invoking BDSM. It's giving BDSM. Chain microphone. But I don't think it's gay necessarily because, like, again, it's so gauche and it's so shitty. Like, I don't think any openly gay man would ever fucking engage in that crime against aesthetics. You know? Live POV of Maz waiting for Hasan to pull the gray name that we banned. No, it's not happening. I'm not going to do that. I saw it. Some things are valid and don't need to be. Bob said he watched the TPUSA show, so we found one real viewer other than us.
Time show.
Yes.
No.
We watched the Turning Point USA halftime show.
Of course you did. 16 million people watched it.
It was like 4 million people.
No, you're wrong.
Okay, I've got
When you add up all
others.
the different networks, it was 16 million.
It was like 4.5 million people, guys.
That
By
was
the-
on TBN.
And then 150 million people watched Bad Bunny because it was amazing.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, that doesn't compare to probably 130 million, 140 for the regular football game. But I'll tell you this, it was patriotic. It was about America. It was in English, and we loved it. Do you know anything about Kid Rock? He has like a song that's about statutory. Okay, I knew you'd get to that. That song.
I'm gonna be honest. I love that everybody fucking knows that Kid Rock is Kid Diddler Rock. Like, this is for years and years. I felt like a lone warrior who sometimes felt like it was like a Berenstein Bears moment where like maybe I invented this world where Kid Rock in a fucking child's movie decided to put the lyrics, you call it statutory, I call it mandatory. Like, for years, I would just bring this up and everyone would be like, what? No, you're making it up. And I had to literally have it on repeat. I had to like show it to people whenever I brought it up. And now everyone knows. It's fucking awesome.
Published way back in like 50 something. I looked it up. Oh, so it doesn't count.
Nah, dog, is common knowledge. No, it's not.
Yeah, 57, the first time it was ever played. Then from there, oh gosh, I've got it written down somewhere. Kid Rock was not alive in 1950s.
No.
That's right.
But that song was.
And he didn't sing it till like a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever.
That's Kid Rock's version
of it.
The original version is from 1957. So shut it.
He has the big hat now? Oh.
I'm going to keep it real with you. This shit is flat out embarrassing.
And just one more about this weekend. At the Mar-a-Lago Super Bowl party.
after the first 2 quarters, are the TVs going to be on the halftime show with Bad Bunny or the halftime show with Kid Rock?
I think the president would much prefer a Kid Rock performance over Bad Bunny, I must say that.
And who is headlining this atrocity?
We're just going to go play for our base, you know, people who love America, love football, love Jesus, and it's pretty much that simple. And you know, of course, the media and the haters are going to try to detract from it.
All right,
What
we're
I say,
moving
I think
out.
I speak for Turning Point and all the artists involved that
We're
none of
fucking
us
moving out.
are approaching this
Patriots.
with any hate in
Patriots, we're moving out. Mm-hmm.
our hearts at all. It's just a love for our base and love for music, our country.
Yeah, that guy. Remember this?
A 2001 Kid Rock song, Cool Daddy Cool, has resurfaced on social media with lyrics about underage girls. And it's sparking backlash ahead of the alternative halftime show he is headlining during Super Bowl Sunday. Turning Point USA, which organized the All-American halftime show, hasn't commented on the lyrics, but the conservative group says it wanted to give a performance option that promotes faith, family, and freedom.
They chose him for their halftime show, their alternative All-American halftime show. Says a lot of what they think All-American should look like, right?
For Turning Point USA and MAGA, those lyrics are All-American.
The reactions, of course, for Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl halftime show from the right, from the MAGA loyalists, about what you'd expect.
I love that there's an alternative. That's what America is all about. And I give TPUSA a lot of credit for doing so. I think it was needed more than ever. However, I believe more people will probably go ahead and watch the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny, if for no other reason, Harris, because a lot of times people hate watch just to see how bad he's going to be. And if you think this was announced 4 months ago, unfortunately, he made it very clear. He's like, I'm not speaking in English, singing in English. I'm singing in Spanish. You have 4 months to learn the language. And I think that's the part, along with the hate and the talk about ICE, et cetera, that disturbs so many people. This is about when, as an artist, you lead with hate. And that is what Bad Bunny has done from day one.
When in reality,
they've added Green Day, who Kid Rock wishes he was, to the Super Bowl halftime
the
show.
actual one, the actual
Green
Super Bowl,
Day
yeah.
will, with Bad Bunny, which will flatten these racist
That's
people
cool
in this
off,
country who think that Puerto Rico is not American, but the Confederate flag is. Okay? And they're very upset about this, and their parents were upset about rap, and their grandparents were upset about rock and roll, and their grandparents were upset about jazz. We've seen this play it out many times in our culture, but to have on Trinity Broadcast Network and to bring Kid Rock is the perfect marriage of Christian nationalism with what it really is.
So what I decided to do was ask community leaders, activists, protesters, and more in Chicago how they felt about Turning Point USA putting on this halftime performance. Before we get into it, please, if you can, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribing is absolutely free. Ring the bell and push it to know when a video goes live. And if you can, please support this channel by buying me what would be the price of a cup of coffee per month. Thank you.